From the latest news to your favorite tunes, we've got your back morning, night, and afternoon. Join our family, connect with your crew. Kings FM 88.5, just for you.
Good morning and a pleasant welcome to King's Newsroom. King's Newsroom, 45 minutes of news about Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our wonder world. Today is Tuesday, December 23, and the year remains 2025. I am Marvin Va anchoring this presentation. First, we look at story tapping the headlines. After nearly 2 weeks of direct and cross-examination by both the prosecution and the defense, jury on Monday questioned the state first witness, investigator Rafira Wilson, focusing closely on the quality, sources, and credibility of the evidence presented in the ongoing Capitol building fire trial. Front Page Africa managing editor Broom-Dec criticized the Unity Party-led government for what he described as consistent attacks on Front Page Africa and other media institutions over their reportage on national governance. National Port Authority Managing Director Sekou Dukle underscores the needs for improved teachers training across the country. Says it could help in transforming Liberia's educational sectors. Away from home, Nigerian authorities says they have secured the release of the remaining 130 school children and teachers kidnapped from a Catholic boarding school in the country, Central Niger State. These details of these development, along with the news bulletin and voices of the news maker at all package. We take a very short break to bring you the news bulletin. Welcome back. The managing editor of Front Page Africa, Broom-Dec, has criticized the Unity Party-led government for what he described as consistent attack on Front Page Africa and other media institutions over their reportage on national governance. Recently, Front Page Africa published its annual performance review of the Bouaka administration, assessing cabinet ministers and key governance sectors for 2025 based on delivery, accountability, and national impact. The report also evaluated the performance of the president, vice president, and other critical sectors of government, presenting a picture of modest progress but highlighting persistent underperformance in several key areas. The report has sparked mixed reactions as some government officials and supporters of the ruling party have questioned the credibility of the newspaper, alleging that portion of the report, particularly those setting on a performance in critical sectors were influenced by pay for pay consideration. Meanwhile, appearing on OKFN Monday, Sia described the ruling party alleged action as counterproductive to press freedom and a threat to democratic principle. He accused certain government officials and supporters of the ruling party of displaying hostility towards the media, warning that such action undermines the country's governance process. The Front Page Africa managing editor further cautioned President Joseph Boakai to take serious the concerns been raised by citizens and media institutions about his administration, warning that failure to do so could have serious political consequences. The managing director of the National Port Authority has underscored the importance of teacher training in order to meet demands of students in schools throughout the country. Mr. Sekou Dukle said his administration at the NPA will work with institutions engaged in providing education, especially for young people, especially in areas of its operation. Mr. Dukle's assertion was contained in a speech delivered on his behalf by Dawoda Belete, the Director of Governmental and International Affairs of the National Port Authority, at the graduation ceremony of the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College held in Borough of Nukutam on Monday. He remarks the National Training Director of the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College, Reverend Andrew Fayad, appealed to the Liberian government to begin assisting teachers training institutions in the country. At the end of the program, about 55 students were awarded diplomas for successfully completing the requirement of the institution and those required by the National Commission on Higher Education. The governor of the borough of Nukutam has delivered the state of affairs of the borough address outline his administration achievement since his appointment by President Joseph Boakai. Speaking during a meeting with residents at the St. Paul Bridge community during the weekend, Governor Robert T. disclosed that his administration has been able to seek scholarship from the Chinese and Indian embassy for young residents to study in those two countries. Mr. T explained that he has also asked the management of the Monrovia Bureau Company to construct high school in the borough because it has operated in the area for more than 50 years and there is nothing to show as its corporate responsibility. The governor of the borough of Nukutam added that his administration has also established a police force to assist the Liberia National Police and the Monrovia City Police on security operation in borough. The National Muslim Students Association of Liberia has set 3 committees aimed at holding a General Assembly, reviewing its constitution and holding elections for a new corps of officers. The association's president, Ibrahim Dole, disclosed that the committee for the General Assembly is headed by Abu Japate as chairperson, Fatimata Bai co-chairperson, and Aliu Dole, secretary general. Addressing a press conference in Monrovia on Monday, Mr. Dole added that the Independent Election Committee comprises of Mustafa Sherman, chairperson, Benu Kamara, co-chairperson, and Hassan Kabai, secretary general. Ahead of the festive season, telecommunications company Orange Liberia has donated food items to residents of Electoral District 8 in Mosorado County. The donation include 248 half bags of 25 kg rice, along with 115 gallons of cooking oil intended to support vulnerable citizens during the Christmas season. Presenting the items, an agent of Orange Liberia urged local authority in District 8 to ensure transparency in the distribution process so that it does the item reach community members fairly and directly. The donation was formally received by District 8 Representative Prince Toad, who commended Orange Liberia for what he described as a timely relief for the less fortunate during the holiday period. Representative Toad assured the company that the distribution process will be carried out transparently, ensuring that all communities within Mosorado County District 8 benefit from the donation at this time of need. And a visually impaired man residing in Barnesville is calling on humanitarian and well-meaning citizens to support him in expanding his business. Speaking to our reporter on Monday at the intersection of Broad and Johnson Streets, Lawrence Kabila said, though he is visually impaired, he does not want to become a burden or an embarrassment to people he meets daily on the street. Lawrence, who is currently a local airtime vendor, disclosed that he started his business in October with just $300 Liberian. Today, he has been able to grow the business to nearly 10,000 Liberian dollars, which is used to support the welfare of his 4-year-old child. According to him, his next goal is to provide the business by moving from selling airtime by hands to operating with a trash car box, which could also allow him to include mobile money services if he receives assistance from citizens. That does it for the news bulletin in this outlet to bring you voices of the newsmaker in on today's presentation of the program King's Newsroom. First, to this development. The managing editor of Front Page Africa, Randy Seed, has criticized the Unity Party-led government for what he described as consistent attack on Front Page Africa and other media institutions over their reportage on national governance. Recently, Front Page Africa published its annual performance review of the Bouakard and Co administration, assessing cabinet minister and key governance sectors for 2025 based on delivery, accountability, and national impact. The report also evaluated the performance of the president, vice president, and other critical sectors of government, presenting a picture of modest progress, but highlighting persistent underperformances in several key areas. The report has sparked mixed reaction as some government officials and supporters of the ruling party have questioned the credibility of the newspaper, alleging that portion of the report, particularly those citing underperformance in critical sectors, were influenced by pay-for-pay consideration. Meanwhile, appearing on OKFN on Monday, Sia described the ruling party's alleged action as counterproductive to press freedom and a threat to democratic principle.
People are angry. They're behaving like opposition. They're fighting everybody.
I think Senator Snow said something similar to what you say.
They're fighting everybody.
Are you serious, Rodney?
And it's not, they fight you, they fight me. When we put the graves out last week,
one of them was saying some bad things about me recently. I heard, but
the text messages I got from people, the response that it generated. This is something we've been doing for the last decade plus. The very same people you see in government today were outspoken against previous government.
Exactly.
And this grading thing, people say, "Oh, why? How you came about this?" Don't think about it like a crack.
And Rodney, I'm not, before you go further, the thing about it is that most of the time when the people in opposition, they use the front page Africa grading to say, "Hey, you see, the comment is nothing. FPA said how do it. They all men get F."
The previous government think there's too much anger in the country right now, and they may think that they're helping the president, but they're falling prey to a recurring circle in Liberia's tragic past.
Are they making
that is sycophancy, and President Boyka is falling to that sycophancy.
He is the managing editor of Front Page Africa, Randy C. Next to this development, the managing director of the National Port Authority has underscored the importance of teaching, that's teacher training in others, to meet demands of students in school throughout the country. Speaking, that's Mr. Sekou Dukle said his administration at the NPA would work with institutions engaged in providing education, especially for young people, especially in areas of its operation. Mr. Dukle's session was contained in a speech delivered on his behalf of Dawoda Ability, the Director of Governmental and International Affairs of the National Port Authority, at the graduation ceremony of the Liberia Standard Teaching, that's Teacher Training College, held in Borough of Niku Town on Monday.
It was rewarding to see Liberians, mostly women, graduating from a teacher school. We definitely need trained teachers in our various classes. The team I brought here was to make sure we encourage those in classes to understand the students, understand the environment the students live. It's difficult when people are waking up in the morning, don't even have food to eat. They have to go to school. It's tough. So teachers have to be patient, like I said, and listen to their students and understand the kind of students that they are dealing with. They're going in the classroom to teach. It's not just about teaching. It's about instilling that discipline, that confidence in the young people, the young leaders of tomorrow. So my address to the graduating class today will be based on the fact that if they can understand the teaching or the students that they are teaching, they will be role model for leaders tomorrow here in Liberia. I'm pretty sure this school actually prepared their students and they are ready. Teaching is not just a job, it's a calling. Some get in for the money, but then you get in and you realize, you know what? There are thousands of people that depend on you. Look at the president we have here today. Imagine the first person that taught him in school. The first person that taught him in 6th grade, in 12th grade, in grade level. So teachers have very, very serious impact on the lives of our young people and even our older people. The difficulties that they are facing when it comes to teacher pay, when it comes to school fees, they are struggling.
In a remark, the National Training Director of the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College, Reverend Andrew Fayard, appealed to the Liberian government to begin assisting teacher training institutions in the country. At the end of the program, about 55 students were awarded diplomas for successfully completing the requirement of the institution and those required by the National Commission on Higher Education.
The education sector of Liberia is still faced with huge challenge in her struggle for a better system. And one key area in the training of her present and incoming teachers and school administrators. If you take a keen look across our country, you will find out that there are facts around us of many untrained teachers and school administrators in our school environment across Liberia, which is seriously undermining the quality of education being offered. With this in mind, the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College is fully committed to buttressing national government teachers' qualification policy and to accelerate improvement to affordable and inclusive quality teacher education for all. Liberia Standard Teacher Training College is fully aware that most of our teachers, especially teachers in the private schools, are finding it very difficult for higher education due to low salary and high cost of living. This has placed many teachers in the low income bracket across our country. It is based upon this, the Liberia Standard Teacher Training College, in collaboration with Education Watch Network of Liberia Incorporated, launched the Advancing Teachers Education Project in collaboration with the Bureau of Teachers Education in 2015 in the borough of Newtown to train teachers in the low-income bracket across Liberia.
To this next development, the governor of the borough of Newtown has delivered the state of affairs of the borough address online, his administration, achievements since his appointment by President Joseph Boaga. Speaking during a meeting with residents at the St. Paul Bridge community during the weekend, Governor Robert Tay disclosed that his administration has been able to seek scholarship from the Chinese and Indian embassy for young residents to study in those two countries. Mr. Ted explained that he has also asked the management of the Monrovia Brewery Company to construct high school in the borough because it has operated in the areas for more than 50 years and there is nothing to show as its corporate responsibility. The governor of the borough of Newtown added that his administration has also established a police force to assist the Liberia National Police and the Monrovia City Police on security operation.
And to manage these activities, we need people with vast experience, with the expertise who will help us. So since we take office last September up to now, we are succeeding because we have people who are doing the job. We also go around, we go various departments, sanitation department every day, people in the street, including your sons and daughters every day in the clinic. Day and night, you know that I am very dirty. The best people putting garbage everywhere. And I see I've been doing sick every day. We go to the hospital every day, go, the get good and someone die, you put it in front of somebody to go. You take good and someone there, put it in somebody, and somebody fall. They never record them. So we are doing this in the past. But many of us who are taking the time, they don't want to pay. When the government will do this one thing, hey, I don't want to pay, the Nigerian who are paying taxes. We also created the legal department. Send them from National Government, we have legal department, the government office. So when they go to court, they all will win cases. Today I want to inform you, and dear persons, people of the community, we are wanting to get the same office of the government. Don't steal, don't kill, don't rape. Any of the legal matter, let my office know, they will pay for you free of charge. Then they pay money who You have the police, headed by Mr. Nambe. He's the one who helped the department. You go on the street today, they say the police working together, the national police working together because we need security everywhere. So they have the security department. We also have a compliance department. Compliance department, who are paying taxes, well, refusing to pay taxes, they could reinforce to educate and tell them to pay by the compliance department. It's headed by Jonathan Zulu from Mazatown. So the issue is not about crew, it's not about trust, it's not about target. The thing is, like Broom gets to do, but we're not balancing. You cannot get job. What been happening for the past year? It's wrong. I'm going to let you know, I'm not a crew governor. I'm the borough governor. I'm the chair of the city borough of Middletown. So for all trust, the Pele, the Guillaume, the Mandingo, the BC, for everybody that reside here, I'm the borough for them.
He is the governor of the borough of New Kutam, Robert T. If you are just joining us, is a reminder that you are listening to a 45 minutes of news for the News and Public Affairs Department of King's FM. Stories we follow on this presentation this morning. After nearly 2 weeks of direct and cross-examination by both the prosecution and the defense, jury on Monday questioned the state's first witness, investigator Raphael Wilson, focusing closely on the quality, sources, and credibility of the evidence presented in the ongoing Capitol building fire trial. Front Page Africa managing editor Broom-Dec criticized the Unity Party-led government for what he described as a consistent attack on Front Page Africa and other media institutions over their reportage on national governance. National Port Authority Managing Director Sekou Dougle underscores the need for improved teachers training across the country, says it could help in transforming Liberia's educational sectors. Away from home, Nigerian authorities says they have secured the release of the remaining 130 school children and teachers kidnapped from a Kakle bouldering schools in the country, Central Niger State. We take another break to bring you more development on this program, King's Newsroom. Welcome back. Next to this development, the National Muslim Students Association of Liberia has set 3 committees aimed at holding its General Assembly, reviewing its constitution, and holding elections for a new corps of officers. The association's president, Ibrahim Dole, disclosed that the committee for the General Assembly is headed by Abu Jabate as chairperson, Fatima Tai Ba as co-chairperson, and Aliu Dole, secretary general. Addressing a press conference in Monrovia on Monday, Mr. Dole added that the Independent Election Committee, comprised of Mustafa Chairman, that's Mustafa Shemon, chairperson, Bentu Kamara, co-chairperson, and Hassan Kabar, secretary general.
In accordance with the Constitution of the National Muslim Students Association of Liberia, the Executive Committee has officially constituted a committee responsible for preparation of the forthcoming General Assembly of the National Muslim Students Association of Liberia, the highest decision-making forum within the institution's constitution. The General Assembly is convened after every 2 years to provide a platform for members to review the programs and financial reports, deliberate on constitutional matters, and elect officers to serve on the executive committee. These appointments underscores NAMSA's ongoing commitment to democracy, transparency, and excellence in student leadership. The committees are the Constitution Review Committee. The mandate of this committee is to conduct a comprehensive review of the NAMSA Constitution, identify provisions requiring amendment or clarification, prepare a draft for submission, and guide deliberations during the General Assembly. The chairperson of this committee is Abdul Karim Sharif, co-chair is Esther J. Weah, and the Secretary General is Husainatu M. Jallo. The Independent Election Commission. The mandate of the Independent Election Commission is to supervise and manage all electoral processes of the association, including candidate vetting, preparation of the election timetable, organizations of debate, and the announcement of official results in accordance with the Constitution. This committee is chaired by Mr. Mustafa Zel Shemo, co-chaired by Beno Gamara, and the Secretary General on this committee is Hassan Kabak. The mandate of the General Assembly Committee is to oversee all activities of the General Assembly, including agenda setting, delegate allocation, budget management, and proposing initiatives to enhance the quality and impact of the Assembly. The chairperson of the Assembly Committee is Mr. Abu M. Jabater. It is co-chaired by Fatoumata Bintu Ba, and the Secretary General on this committee is Ali Udori.
He is the National Muslim Student Association President, Ibrahim Dole. Ahead of the festive season, telecommunications company Orange Liberia has donated food items to residents of Electoral District 8 in Mozarado County. The donation includes 248 half bags of 25 kilogram bags of rice, along with 115 gallons of cooking oil intended to support vulnerable citizens during the Christmas season. Presenting the item, an agent of Orange Liberia urged local authority in District 8 to ensure transparency in distribution process so that the item reach community members fairly and directly. The donation was formally received by District 8 Representative Prince Toh, who commended Orange Liberia for what he described as a timely relief for the less fortunate during the holiday period. Representative Toh ensured the company that the distribution process will be carried out transparently, ensuring that all communities within Mozarado County District 8 benefit from the donation at this time of the people need.
Okay, Orange is not just here to make business, but we are here to give back to our people. When we say Orange, we mean Orange is here and we are home. And this is our district. So everything we do, we think about the people of Liberia, we think about the people of District 8. So today we want to celebrate the Christmas with the citizens, with the constituents of District 8, by giving back to Liberians in District 8 this donation. We're going to be giving 248 bags of rice and 150 gallons of oil. We want this to reach down to the people in District 8 so that they can have food to eat, so that they can be able to celebrate with their children. So when we say Orange, we want you to know that Orange is here and Orange is always ready to give back to Liberians. Thank you so much. We'll turn this thing over to the representative now, Honorable Prince Charles, who will take delivery of them and hand it over to his district.
Thank you so much. So, let me talk to the press. I want to say a big thank you. Before I say hello to everyone, I want to say a big thank you to Miss Liberia. This is year 2. This is the second distribution that given to our people since the office. We really appreciate it, madam. We say thank you. And the purpose of this item is to work with people that are giving our people. We can rest assured that the people of this number 8, the ordinary people, okay? So, Mr. Money, the chair from Capitol Hill, these things we never saw it before, but today we are seeing it in our district. It's a very open process. So you will take the rest of the leadership down to the district so we can present to our people. I say thank you to Orange Liberia for your support, all your support you've been giving her. We appreciate it. The land is there, right in the Jopatan market. As soon as you guys are ready, we'll take you there so we can start the process. Thank you. And God bless us. And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas. Orange says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you. My name is Fiona Brown with the
A visionary pet man residing in Barnesville is calling on humanitarians and well-meaning citizens to support him in expanding his small business. Speaking to our reporter on Monday at the intersection of Broad and Johnson Street, Lawrence Kabbalah said that though he is visually impaired, he does not want to become a burden or an embarrassment to people he meets daily on the street. Louis, that's Lawrence, who is currently a local airtime vendor, disclosed that he started his business in October with just $300 Liberian. Today, he has been able to grow the business to nearly 10,000 Liberian dollars, which he used to support the welfare of his 4-year-old child. According to him, his next goal is to improve the business by moving from selling airtime by handing to operating with a trash car box, which could also allow him to include mobile money services if he received assistance from good, well citizens.
Yeah, as I told you, some people they have a lot of dirty promises.
Okay.
In which they will say, oh, the man I want to do it. But I remember making how he can know the button. How you know the button to press the back in the motor, you know. I can tell him, I said, don't give up. I can be as motivation to somebody else what I have side to see.
Okay.
Because if a visual person can sit on the side wall to say I'm doing business, the way you can do encourage him by supporting him, so he will be able to do something better tomorrow. You're not going to for handout that oh help me to do this. Empower me so I can be able to listen to the recording and say come and promote. And the promotion is not about to give me free money.
Okay.
But if you buy for me, the profit I will be there. I will eat some, I keep some for the business to grow. If God touches you, you say, oh, I want for me to be a blessing to him, so I can give you $5 liberty or $10 liberty. That I can keep it aside from you. Maybe in the evening hour after I leave from here, I can see also. So my dream that I have to have it extended so it can be extended.
So you talked about starting this business with about $300.
Yes.
Are you care to tell us little about the status right now? How is it growing?
No, it's actually we are getting it because I started with I bought a mega food, I put 300 on orange. I started with orange because we started last time. I don't have a food. But for now, what I have in my food is about
Okay, yeah. Please don't just expose our little thing that keeping there.
But I don't want to have it.
Okay.
But I have. You know, everything in life is not easy.
Okay.
There's now easy bridge to cross water. Before you cross the water, there is now easy bridge. You have
And to our foreign story, Nigerian authorities says they have secured the release of the remaining 130 children and teachers kidnapped from a Catholic boarding school in the country, Central Niger State. Nigeria federal government described the list release as a movement of triumph and relief after one of the country's West miles kidnapped. More than 250 children and staff were abducted from St. Mary Catholic School in November 21. Earlier this month, about 100 of the children were released. The authority confirmed the rescue of the remaining 130 children and staff in a statement, saying not a single pupil is left in captivity. Niger State Police Chief Amanai Iman told the BBC that they were being examined by security forces and will be taken to their school tomorrow to reunite with their family. Well, on this note, this is how we let to come to the end of King's Newsroom. King's Newsroom is a 45 minutes of news from Liberia, Africa, and the rest of our one world. These are stories we've been following this morning. After nearly 2 weeks of direct and cross-examination by both the prosecution and defense, jury on Monday questioned the state first witness, investigator Raphael Wilson, focusing closely on the quality, sources, and credibility of the evidence presented in the ongoing Capitol building fire tour. Front Page Africa managing editor Broom-Dec criticized the Unity Party-led government for what he described as consistent attack on Front Page Africa and other media institutions over their reportage on national governance. National Port Authority's Managing Director Sekou Dougle underscores the need to improve teacher training across the country, says it could help in transforming Liberia's education sector. Away from home, Nigerian authorities says they have secured the release of the remaining 130 school children and teachers kidnapped from a Catholic boarding schools in the country's Central Niger State. Well, this we like to appreciate our news director, editor, and news reporter for contributing towards the success of this program. For more news and information on King's Newsroom, join us this afternoon at 1 o'clock for another presentation of our news program. I am Marvin Vai. Good morning.